Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Claude and the Banstas, and we are live.
Thomas, it's up for grabs now! Thomas! Right at the end! And it's Tony Adams put through by Steve Ball. Would you believe it? Pierre is in for Arsenal and sweeps it home. It's bergkamp. Magnificent. Stripped it away from Tom. Henry! And it's it's time to go!
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Claude and the Banstas. Thank you for joining us. As you can see, we've got the gorgeous-looking Diesel with us tonight. How you doing, Diesel?
Yeah, all good, mate. All good. Hope you're well. Hope everyone in the chat is okay. Listen, just very quickly, this headline, nothing to do with me. I'm just putting it out there. This is all young Terence, all right? So, yeah, let's move on because it's going to kick off tonight, I can tell. Kenny, how are you, mate? Love you.
I'm all good. I'm still trying to recover from like two great sporting occasions. Obviously, good friends of ours on the show are Chelsea fans. It's been a couple of bad 2 days. Lost the FA Cup final on a very worldie from Tielemans, and you had the situation where Barcelona just, like I said, came out of traps in the Women's Champions League final. And I don't think any of the Chelsea players could have caught any of their players on a motorbike. Barcelona just started really strong. The football they played was fantastic. And it's a bad couple of days for Chelsea. But however, I know this is a top six show and where Arsenal can get into the top 6. But as we speak, Sky Sports, instead of talking about the last 2 matches for Champions League qualifications, it's all over my timeline. I've got the TV on. Why? Arsenal fan Harry Kane tells Spurs he wants to leave just when they're on the verge of fighting that top 4. Maybe he knows something we don't know. They're not going to get there. But as I said, he's available, Arsenal fans, and he is a Gooner. Come on, Cronkies. We all hate you. Show a bit of ambition and get that money out.
Well, Kenny saying that, it's happened before, hasn't it?
So, Willie Young, Terry Neal, Pat Jennings. Why not, eh?
Yep, no, exactly. Just quickly before we get into the stream, a couple of things. First of all is I want to say congratulations to Leicester City and our great friend Lee Chappie. He was a Leicester fan. Brilliant performance by Leicester. Obviously, Brendan Rodgers has done a really good job there, winning the FA Cup. Love to see the chairman come down. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But in all honesty, no disrespect to Tony Rolfe, our other great friend who's Chelsea fan. I think Leicester deserved it on the day, boys.
It's funny how Tony's gone missing, eh?
Did they deserve it though? Did they? Hi, mate. No, not in the first half. They didn't. Chelsea played a better football. Chelsea were on a front foot, and it was if any team looked heavy-legged, it was Leicester. It was only when Leicester kind of just thought, right, Leicester's having a go, that they made things a bit difficult. But even then, I still thought Chelsea looked the better side. But, a worldie, and then Leicester just made themselves difficult to beat because Chelsea, once again, managed to play with a fool until it was too late.
Yeah. What about you, Diesel? Leicester, quickly?
Yeah, listen, I was a Leicester fan on that day. We covered the game on here. Once again, thank you to everyone who tuned in and watched that.
Well done, mate. Great stream.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed. Yeah, tell when you got a chat room like this, it's easy. But it was. Yeah, I tend to agree with what Kenny said there. The offside, I thought when I watched it again, I looked it over that night and I thought, God, that is harsh. very harsh. But they didn't really take their chances, Chelsea. And I did say, I think the longer the game went on at 0-0, I can see Leicester sneaking it. And just to reiterate what you said, when I look at Leicester, it pains me to say this because with all due respect, they're nowhere near the size of what we are, right? But they've got everything that I want, or should I say we want. You know, when you say about the chairman coming onto the pitch, it was Schmeichel who went to get him. You know, it was Schmeichel who basically said, look, you know, you're a part of this. Celebrate with us. We're all one family here. And do you know what? And then you see him, because obviously Kenny was with me then, you know, and we're seeing them giving Brendan Rodgers the bumps. And then you see the embrace with Rodgers and the chairman. And I'm sitting, I'm jealous, Tell. I was watching it, I was thinking, do you know, that is everything that I crave at this club. That togetherness, that unity. And do you know what? They are a very... Leicester, they've always been a really good family club, you know. So do you know what? Fair play to them. The underdogs, they were when they won the league. They've now won the FA Cup. Do you know what? If you'd have said Leicester were going to win those two cups several years ago, everyone probably would have laughed. So do you know what? Fair play to them, and big up to Lee Chappie as well.
I think just to carry it on as well. There was like loads of really good stories there. You know, Wes Morgan, club captain, you know, brought on, you know, for the last, like 20 minutes, scores an own goal, and then it gets chalked off. Unlike Diesel, I looked at it again, and I still, when the actual ball is played through, I still think, well, hang on, isn't he timed his run perfectly? But you know, football's it's all about millimeters. At the end of the day, as much as I love to be like I like Jake. As long as I like to be objective, I really have to say, you know, that at the end of the day, if you look at the team that is in contention of winning all the trophies, it's always been Chelsea. It's always been a team that, you know, they've won more trophies than anyone else. So they'll get over it. They still got the Champions League final, and I'm sure that's a game that Claude and the Banksters will have a look at as well. Where, you know, two English sides, you know. And we take it from there. But, you know, there's loads of other stories. Also, what about Alisson? You know, last night...
We're going to come on to him in a second, Kenny. We'll come on to him in a second. I just want to finish off the Chelsea and the Leicester thing. A couple of things I want to pick up on. First of all is that, obviously, well done, as I said, the Leicester thing, really fantastic, done really well. Great goal and all. I just want to pick up on one thing. Because... All during the season, you picked up on the way that Arteta dresses.
Me?
Right? You picked up, no, Diesel. You picked up on the way.
Here
Arteta
we go,
dresses.
people, and so it starts. Go on.
Right? Why didn't you pick up on Tuchel not wearing a suit? And a lot of people on social media went absolutely crazy about it, Diesel. Absolutely crazy, thinking it was disrespecting to the FA Cup and the tradition of it. But Tuchel didn't wear a suit. What was your thoughts on that, Diesel?
Do you know what? Hand on heart, to be totally honest, I didn't even notice, mate. But if he didn't, no, I didn't. I didn't, mate. But look, if the manager's doing the business, then I suppose they can pretty much wear what they want. But I do agree with you. It's an occasion. You know, we've got to keep it old school. And hand on heart, Tell, I didn't notice, but. If that is true, then yeah, that's wrong. He should have wore a suit. You know.
I mean, come on. I mean, we all remember the old Liverpool white suits, don't we? You remember them?
Yeah,
96 final.
Yes.
And I was going to say, and the other thing I was going to say quickly is, it's funny a few of the Arteta out brigade, right? A few of the Arteta out brigade seem to be enjoying Leicester winning the FA Cup more, and it means more now the FA Cup that Leicester won it than when we won it the year before. I thought that was a bit odd.
Can I thought that was
odd for me.
Can I answer that, Terry?
Mate. Of course you can, mate.
It's fun. You see, that's the thing. That's the thing about it, right? Is that we're having a sort of situation where it's kind of a flip-flopping situation here. That on Thursday week, there was despondency in the football club. Everyone was I think that collectively that the balance turned in terms of, like, we're talking about the barometer. It went from people who are Arteta out, who stayed like that, and people thinking, right, this enough's enough. We can't take it anymore. He's got to go for team selections. We beat West Brom. We win at Chelsea. If Euro goes up, Arteta's back, has got more credit in the bank. But in terms of like the FA Cup as well, you've got to realise, right, is that our situation, we've won it a lot of times. We've won it a lot of times. We've seen our club win it so many times. Most importantly, thing as well, is that the FA Cup's still a beautiful competition, but it's like the Invincibles for me. What do we do after that? Everyone talks about our trophy is gold. What's yours? And I'm thinking, okay, that's great, but is that it? 2004? That's it? We don't challenge for the title. We don't want to win big trophies no more because we're in the Invincibles. Is that it? We win the FA Cup. Is that it? Nothing else. No pushing on. And I think that's why it's different for Arsenal. And it's different for Chelsea and any big club. That when you're used to winning the FA Cup or getting the FA Cup finals, then you want to go to that other level. In terms of Leicester, it's a nice story because Leicester are a provisional club in the East Midlands.
I totally agree with that.
They never won the FA Cup before. We had fans in the stadium as well. It wasn't like when we played in the FA Cup final, there was no fans. You had songs, you had everything. You had the Chelsea fans celebrating the equaliser, and then they had the sort of disappointment of going. So the FA Cup final had everything. So, and anyway, you've got to think of it in a nice level. When your team plays in the cup final, you don't enjoy it. It's too nerve-wracking. We could enjoy that final because it was neutrals. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
just quickly.
You're gone. Go on. No, I got mate. Go on.
No, I was just going to say, he said about... Oh, go on, mate. Go on. You go first.
Shit before the shovel. Go on, Tel.
No, I was gonna move on before and say something else, but go on. You probably want to say something about this, so.
No, I was just very quickly. Tony's comment here. That is so true, right? And I think that's what it is. I think what Kenny said there was alluding to, right? Leicester have never won it, so for Leicester to be in an FA Cup final, it's new, it's fresh. They're pumped, right? Chelsea, they turned up wearing tracksuits. I suppose to them it's just another game. To Leicester, it was an occasion. It was something. And I think that showed in the game. I remember when it happened to us. Who was it we played? Was it Birmingham? No. We turned up in tracksuits. The team turned up. I'm sure it was Birmingham. They turned up in final. Yeah. Yeah,
it's probably that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they turned up in suits. We just treated it like it was another game. And to be honest, right? To be honest, when you do that, to me, it's a sign of a little bit of disrespect towards the opposition. So if they've turned up in suits and you haven't, that's more or less like you guys saying, look, all we've got to do is rock up. We're going to walk this. And that then gives the other team the motivation. Yeah, Brendan Rodgers surely would have been in that change room saying, look, they're all in tracksuits, right? Rocking up here. Like it's like they've got a right to be here. Yeah, we've worked hard to get here, right? They're disrespecting us. Each and every one of you right there, and you show them what one. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm telling you, it worked a treat.
I agree with you, Diesel. I agree with you there. Just quickly picking up on what you said about Invincible just a minute ago, Diesel, Kenny. Congratulations, obviously, to Rangers and Steven Gerrard that's gone invincible and gone the whole season without losing. So well done to them. Any Rangers fans out there, well done to Stevie Gerrard and all boys.
Love you, Charlie. Thanks, mate. Yeah, go on, Ken. I mean,
yeah, but I think what it is that to pick up your point. Yeah, Dave, it's just the things you said. We associate cup final day, and I think that's what we were saying in the show. It's the day out. It's a knockout. Mastermind cup final. You know what I mean? The road to Wembley. Going and having a chat with one of the parents of one of the players, or going to get the person who was at the FA Cup final 50 or 60 years ago. That's what the cup final was all about. And I think to have, obviously Chelsea, obviously they're probably the bridesmaids now, but to have a club like Leicester City there, because of the fact they're a family club as well, it really did help with the atmosphere. And I think what's happened is that, testament to what Diesel's saying as well, but in a different kind of way, and how big this competition is. The rest of Europe now copy us. You go to Spain, the Spanish Cup final is a neutral ground, and one end is Barcelona, and one end is going to be, say, if they're playing Bilbao. The Italian Cup final, it's in a neutral venue in Rome. The German Cup final is a neutral venue in Belgium. So all over Europe, they've looked at our day. Before it was a two-legged affair, but because they've seen our day and they've seen what we've done, they've looked at it and thought, you know what? Yeah, this is big. And I think that's the beauty of the FA Cup. It's still the best day out ever. A little day in May. Don't get me wrong, the Champions League is massive, and you've worked your nuts off to get there. Win the league, you're the best if you win the league. But that those 90 minutes or maybe extra time on that sagging pitch of Wembley, trust me, I was screaming. My wife's family are Leicester fans. Wife was crying because she's never seen this before. She's seen them win the league, but she's never seen the FA Cup. So, of course, I got dropped into it. I made Diesel part of the family on Saturday when I joined for that hour afterwards. So it was one of those things. It's that's what Cup final day should always do to you. I mean, when we were kids, you remember when we were kids, after Cup final day, we'll watch the Cup final and we'll go out and play football and see if we can replicate the goal that was scored.
Yeah, exactly.
Cup final's all about.
Yeah. Now, just picking up on what you just said, sorry, I just want to pick up on, you put up a comment just a minute ago, Diesel, Conwiz. It's a few ones ago, saying that the FA Cup now, we win it, it's time to move on. I disagree with that to a certain extent. Obviously, we need to move on and we want to win the leagues, but I want to be in every. I want to be in every competition and winning it. I want to be in everything. That's just the way I am. I'm competitive in everything, so I want to win everything. All this rubbish. No, come on. All this rubbish that we've won it so many times or whatever. What's a load of crap? Who cares? Do you think Man City that they've won the Coca-Cola Cup or whatever it is 4 times on the trot?
Yeah.
Don't be silly. I mean, I want to win everything. As a fan of my club, I want my club to win everything. So I don't. This must be a new age thing for me then. That we've won the FA Cup. I don't care if we don't win it for another 10 years, as long as we win something else. No, that's not how you've got to realise, right? It's not just the big clubs like Arsenal. It's when you had managers like Allardyce and even managers like McDermott with Reading. You had that idiot. What's his name again? One of their strikers saying, I don't know. His name was Dave Kitson in 2012. He says, "I didn't give a shit about the FA Cup. We're not going to win it anyway, so I couldn't care less." This is Dave Kitson. A player's dream was meant to play in the FA Cup. A man like that only wanted to play in the Premiership and Premier League. And you just look at it. You just have to look at the teams, and you fast forward next year to January 2022, and you're going to see managers disrespect this competition by playing weakened teams. And we're not just talking about the big teams. We're talking about teams near the bottom. Mm. And they're just as culpable as us, maybe the big clubs or fans of the big clubs are thinking, well, yeah, we want the Champions League now. Everyone takes the blame in this. The first time it went down, well, not down in my eyes, is Man United when they disrespected it that year. That is when it all started to go downhill.
That's when it started. Yeah, no, I 100% agree with you on that. 100% agree.
In my eyes, you know what I mean? Why didn't they get punished? Why didn't they get punished as a team? The FA welcomed them back with open arms the next season. Why was that? Because obviously there was a reason. There was a reason.
I think what's happened, that even though I disagree with it, it was for the greater good, because I know England were trying to get the World Cup for 2006. It was all geared towards that. So obviously, like the Labour government, Tony Banks, the sports minister, put incessant pressure, and obviously the FA and the Premier League put pressure as well. It was all caked in. You do this for us. But remember, they had the World Club Championships in Brazil, and obviously, the guy who was the vice president of FIFA was trying to say, blah blah. Come on, apart from them taking gifts from the FA, because remember England do bribe people as well, not just other countries. That's what's happened, and if you say from then on, it became a competition where people could just think, oh, okay, not that important.
Yeah. Just before we move on, boys, let's talk about what Kenny was going to talk about just a minute ago. Obviously, what a fantastic goal from Alisson for Liverpool against West Brom. I don't know where 7 minutes come from in that game, but there you go. But Alisson come up and got a winning header. What a goal it was, boys.
Yeah, it was a class goal, wasn't it? It was a class goal. Do you know what? I looked at my phone, right, because obviously I was, done the stream, and I didn't know what the other results were, so I had a look on my phone. And when I saw Liverpool 2-1, and I looked at the scores, I saw Alisson. I thought, what? So I thought, let me YouTube this. It must be a typo, right? And then I saw the goal, and I thought, oh my God, absolutely brilliant, right? And then do you know what? The very next thing I done, I went over to our good friend Craig on the Anfield Agenda, because his reaction would have been priceless, right? And I went there and I had a look. Yeah, we got a corner. Yeah, he takes it. Alisson's gone up. Okay, he takes the corner. Yeah, it was brilliant. He went from there to there. It was class. But no, listen, great goal. Absolutely great goal. Now, I haven't seen the interview he did after. I heard he got quite emotional. I'm assuming that was for his dad, yeah, because I know his dad recently passed away. So I think obviously the goal was in memory to him. I love stuff like that, you know what I mean? So, no, do you know what? Fair play. But I'll tell you something, he put a few strikers to shame with a header like that. I'm telling you.
Before we come to you, Kenny, I was the same as you, Diesel. I didn't watch it live. And then when I see the Alisson score, I thought, I need to have a look at this. Is it one of them goals that just bounces over the keeper? Do you know, like in the old days? Do you know what I mean? Where they do a long kick and it bounces over the keeper and that. But what Go on, Ken.
Well, I watched it live because I was thinking, right, every time Liverpool play, I know for a fact I'm going to get loads of goals and attacking football. And they're playing West Brom as all the Reds today. So I was watching the game. And I must say, right, the defending for all the goals, especially both the goals, left a lot to be desired. West Brom, I thought, got a great goal. But when he went up, I just thought, I didn't think anything of it. I just thought, he's going up. And I thought, he's going up. I said, it never works. Goalkeepers just make a nuisance of themselves. Before I knew it, he crosses it. And then all of a sudden, I just saw him go up, and I just see the ball in that way. No way did he score that. No way. And then when I saw him bundle, I went, oh my God, this is a goalie. Of course I captured it on Instagram. Of course I was going to do it. I was going, I was thinking, hang on here, this is a wrong leg. It's them. I'll calm down a bit, Ken. But
do you know what I mean?
It's one of those things, right? Is that everyone was shocked, and then you know what was happening is that there was still time for West Brom to kick off, and I actually went down the other end, and I was thinking, now this will be something that West Brom equalised, and then when the whistle went, all I could see was like everyone converging on the guy. But the interview afterwards, I actually kind of forgot that that he had the bereavement in Brazil and he wasn't allowed to go, and that probably coincided with his poor form, like the goals and everything. So in that respect, right, you've got to be happy for him, because it's like everyone looks at footballers as robots and millionaires and who don't care. But when you see a story like that, you're thinking, it's a story, isn't it? Even if Liverpool don't get to the top four, the fact that he had a hand in getting them that close is a story in itself. But it's just one of those things. And I just want to say, 28 minutes of the hour of Sky Sports News, and they're still talking about Harry Kane wanting to leave Spurs. Just saying.
God, ridiculous. All right, boys, let's move on to what we're supposed to be talking about tonight, and that is can Arsenal make 6th place in the league? After the results this weekend, we're still in with a chance, and it's a big night on Wednesday. Big night on Wednesday, Kenny and Diesel. if West Ham and Tottenham don't win, it doesn't matter about Everton at the moment, but if Tottenham and West Ham don't win, it all goes down to Sunday. What do you think about that, Ken?
Oh yeah, I think Spurs. They got was it Aston Villa this Wednesday, and they got I think they got
Leicester
Villa this Wednesday,
and they've got Leicester on Sunday.
Yeah. So it's I think it's the situation. You look at Spurs, you've got to take in, Chelsea playing Leicester. What's the score me in that one? If Chelsea wins, Leicester are going to probably think, right, we're going to have a go to that because they're making things difficult with Tottenham. They won the FA Cup, yes, it's great, but the Champions League is really kind of their first choice. They missed out last year, so it could be on. And you got West Ham as well. Who's West Ham's in the last two games?
West Brom.
West Ham have got West Brom, and then Southampton on Sunday.
Right, so they've got Southampton at St Mary's, and they've got West Brom. They've got West Brom at the London Stadium.
I think they're away to West Brom. I think it's the other way round. Away to West Brom. And then home to Southampton, I think. Tony will let us know.
Oh, yeah. So they're both hard games. But you've got to look at it this way in terms of Arsenal as well. It's all about momentum. We could sneak in through the back door. We've got Crystal Palace. They're 2-1 down against Aston Villa. Come and win 3-2. So it depends what sort of game it is. If we start fast and take the game away from Palace, we've got a good chance. And Brighton, we don't know what Brighton's going to tough, is it?
No.
They're safe. But they've got a uncanny habit of getting.
You sort of froze a minute, Ken. We're getting bits and pieces, mate.
I think Kenny's beatboxing.
There's a little song coming out for this, isn't there?
Sorry, mate. All I was saying is that we've got Palace away. You don't know what Palace turns up. One thing I will say is that it's probably going to be Roy Hodgson's last game at Crystal Palace because they're going to want a younger manager. Maybe Lampard might get a job, so they're going to want to put on a show for Hodgson. Plus, there's crowds as well to get pressure there. And you've got Brighton, who've got a great record against us in the last kind of 2 years because they've drawn last-minute penalty and they also won our ground pretty comfortably for me. So that's going to be 2 hard games. Depends, isn't it? We got crowds. Another thing as well. The one thing to remember is that it's going to have crowds on Sunday, but also there's a planned protest against Kroenke. So whether that affects the players, you just don't know. So we got to think about it being like an outside chance of us getting top 6.
Of course it is. Of course it is, Kenny. It's a proper outside chance. But don't forget, obviously we're looking at Arsenal side. If you look at Everton, for instance, they've got Wolves, who really they should be beating, but they should have beat Sheffield United yesterday. You know what I mean? Yeah, that manager that Diesel would have loved to have had at the beginning of the season, the same as Mourinho, cost me a part of £11,500 yesterday for not beating Sheffield.
I think our manager cost you a day out and an evening out in Poland. Just saying.
Yeah, no, I know that. No, what I meant is that I could have had a bit of money of £11,500 because I was in like a last man standing, as Diesel knows, that competition, and I had Everton to win this bloody game. You know what I mean? Out of all the fixtures, that looked like a banker, and Everton lost. Everton lost, and that's, you know what I mean. I'm out of that now, so I'm not a part of that. But so they've got Wolves, and they've got Man City. They've got Man City on Sunday, and let's be honest. Wednesday's the biggest day, obviously. If Tottenham and West Ham don't win, then come Sunday, it's an absolutely massive day because in hindsight, we've got the easy game. You know what I mean? Everton go to Man City, like you said. Fans are going to be at the City Ground, at the Etihad. They're going to want to put a performance on. They're probably big. They get the trophy there, so to parade it with the Coca-Cola Cup, whatever it is. So they're going to want to put a show on there, Man City. Leicester have got Tottenham at home, and Leicester are going to want to put a performance in for their fans and parade the FA Cup. You know what I mean? Not that it might come down to Sunday yet. You don't know. And Everton, and West Ham are away to home to Southampton. And, they had an odd game the other day against Brighton. So, You know, it goes always, Kenny. Surely.
Mm. Yes, there's a lot of permutations for the games, but if you look at it logically, it's that, you know what, you can only do what we've got to do: win both our games and see where it takes us. You know what I mean? See where it takes us, and then at the end of the season, I'm sure you're going to have a debate, and you're going to try and persuade us that Arteta, that we've had a good season because we've finished sixth.
No. Listen. Kenny, the one thing I know that we have a debate and things like that. The one thing that I don't try and do, right, and I think you would back me up, is I don't try and change people's mind. All I will do
Of course not.
is back myself. No, what I'm saying is I will back myself. I don't tell someone what to say.
Hang on, sorry, let me put myself on mute.
I don't know what he's trying to. I don't know what he's doing, the geezer. Do you know what I mean? Look at him. Look, he's the one that always comes out. And goes
take him off mute. I think he's got a lot to say to you now. Take him off mute.
I can't. He's done it himself. So
come off mute. Come on. I've lined it up for you. Come on. Come off mute.
Oh, God.
Come on in. You try and convince us that we're not going to do it, Diesel. Come on. You try and convince us to do it. We've got no chance. With this manager, we can't finish it. Come on. You convince us.
I've never known anybody who just loves to be buried on a regular. But if that's what you want, I'm here. I'm happy to do it again. First of all, before we talk about any of that, big up to Lily Kell in the chat, Claude's daughter, lovely daughter. Lily, darling, hope you're well. Big up yourself. Supporting us as always. Come on.
Thank you very much.
Right, okay, back to the circus. So, boys and girls in the chat, about 5 minutes ago, you all heard Terry say he wants to win every competition he's in, yeah?
Yeah.
But yeah, he wants this manager. It's not stacking up, is it? So, I think that's a lie, but we'll get to that later on. So, second of all, Terry, we're ninth at the moment, yeah? We're ninth at the moment. We've got two winnable games. I certainly think we're going to beat Brighton. The Crystal Palace one, it's always been a bit of a banana skin for us at Palace. I totally agree with Kenny. I personally believe Roy Hodgson will bow out. They won't sack him. I think he's going to retire. And I know those players respect him. Why they do, only God knows why. Because he's one of the very few managers I think are actually worse than Arteta. But I think they respect him, and I do think they're going to put a show on for him. Wilfried Zaha, obviously being an Arsenal fan, and obviously he's going to be, in his mind, auditioning for us. So no doubt he'll turn into Messi. So I can see that being a potential banana skin. I can see that being a draw, if I'm honest. I think Brighton at home, I think we'll win that. As for six, listen, I know there's a lot of ifs, buts, maybes, and there's still a few twists and turns. But we're not a top six side, we're far from it. I know we could potentially get it if results go our way, but we need a hell of a lot to go our way in order to get there. We need to win both our games. I don't think we will. Big up to Steffi in the chat, by the way. Just seen you. Hope you're well. And even if we could tell, I don't trust this manager or these players to get us there, if I'm honest with you. So on those reasons, on that basis, no. We finished, I think, 8th last season. I think we're going to finish around about 8th or 9th again this season. So, yeah, no progression at all. I don't think we're going to get 6th at all. In fact, when I saw the headline for the stream tonight, I laughed so hard I fell off my chair and I've now got a bum ache. That's where I am.
Makes it all the more sweeter if it happens, doesn't it, Diesel? Makes it all the more sweeter because obviously everyone is against the idea. Everyone is against the idea. We've got no chance of doing it. Obviously, the fault of us finishing 6th when everybody said that we're in a relegation fight for God knows how long, and then we're only fighting for 10th. I mean, just imagine people's minds if we do finish 6th. In front of Tottenham, in front of Everton, and in front of West Ham. Because if that does happen, If that does happen, boys, like you just said, Diesel, we are not a top 6 side. So that would be absolutely embarrassing. One for West Ham, let's be honest, because of the great season that they've had and that they should have been miles in front and got maybe Champions League football, right? Well embarrassing for your manager, Diesel. Don't forget your manager, the old fraud of Maureen, that should have been in front of us. And the same with Carlo, Diesel. So that would be totally embarrassing for them 3 teams. Let's be honest. You would have to hold your hands up and say, oh, my God. Surely they've got to sack their managers because you want Arteta sacked. So if they finish below Arteta, they've got to be sacked, Diesel. Surely.
Do you know what? I'll tell you what else is embarrassing, right? Once you've been to that therapist that I've offered to pay for, yeah, and obviously he somehow gets into your head, and then obviously you start getting on board with all of us real people here, and start putting the club on this very extremely good-looking Spaniard we have as a manager, then you'll be able to look back at these streams and think, Diesel, I agree with you, how embarrassing I was. That's what you call embarrassing, my friend. So there you go.
Well, Ken, I think you're going to say something.
You had a thing about it, right, Terry? I was looking at it and I was hearing what you were saying. And I was thinking, you know what? I really need to get in touch with the facilities department of London Borough of Islington, who I work for, by the way, because I was going to say, right, we need to go and get a parade now because we got the 3rd best form since Boxing Day, and with probably the best defence as well. But can't score for Toffee. So the best thing we could do, let's have a parade for finishing 6th. You know, let's have a parade. I'll get my mask out. You'll get your mask. You know, bring the kids, bring the family, bring everyone involved.
So you would love that, Terry, wouldn't you? Finishing 6th, have a parade.
Yeah,
You'd love that.
Have a parade. Let's have a
Why
parade.
would we have a parade? Why would we have a parade? Hold up. Why would we
because
have a parade?
Because of fans like you, that's why.
Hold up. Why would we have a... But no. But then if you look at the other delusion, right? You look at the other delusion, people thought we was going to get relegated this season. People thought we was going to get relegated.
And the season before that. And the season...
For nearly half a season.
You kept saying that. We said the same thing with Unai Emery. They said the same thing with Unai Emery, though, didn't they, Terry?
Yeah, including Terry.
Last season, they said the same thing. When we lost against Sheffield United, and we couldn't win against Southampton at home and Wolves, and we were said it was the same sort of situation where fans amongst ourselves joked about going to a London derby involving Arsenal, Brentford, and Arsenal, Fulham, rather than Arsenal, Chelsea, West Ham, and Spurs. So the conversations and like the examples of the points made in 2019, the same points were made in 2020. It's the same scenario: dissatisfaction with the manager and dissatisfaction with the results. So all I'm saying is that what's new? What's new?
Right? Can I just say quickly to let the chat know that you two have gone back again and called and talked about Emery, not me, because everyone keeps saying it's me that brings him up.
I said nothing about Emery.
You was just saying this to the Kenny about Emery and that. He just brought him up and you've gone back again, right? You've gone back
Kenny.
again. So it's
Tell. Welcome to my world, Kenny.
You're trying to twist something, but the thing is, the reason why
because when I bring something up in a minute, everyone will say, "Tell, stop talking about Emery. You talk about him. Stop talking about the past." You don't have to talk
about Emery if you don't want to. But all I'm saying, Tell, you used the word. Yeah, but Tell, you used the word relegation, and you're trying to say that you're going on. You're giving the impression that's the first time that's been muted.
Kenny.
And it hasn't.
After this season, you've got to be real here. Arsenal, a lot of Arsenal fans were saying that we're in a relegation battle.
No, they said we're in a relegation. That's not factually true. That's not factual.
That is fact.
No, they only mentioned it.
That is fact, Kenny.
Before the
Chelsea game, when we were 15th in the table, that was discussed. The minute we got results against Chelsea, West Brom. Chelsea, Brighton, and West Brom. That talk stopped, and then we won the FA Cup third round against Newcastle, and they got a few good results. Drew against Palace. That talk kind of evaporated, and it was actually optimism that we were going to get turn of season around until we played Wolves and Villa, and then that's when the sponsors started.
Is it good to have optimism? Is it good to have optimism then?
Well, it's always good to be optimistic, but let's not be delusional. Let's not be delusional.
Big difference, Kenny. Big difference.
Right, hold up.
Optimism and delusion should not be in the same sentence.
What you just said then about some people are putting out on Twitter about obviously the form since Christmas and we're sitting third in the table. Surely that's progress, and surely that's optimism for going into next season. Yes, we had a bad first half of the season. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that. But if you're looking at a process and progress, and you're looking at the facts, because that's what the facts are, Kenny. Let's be real. Is that this second half of the season, we would be third with more points than Chelsea. What you could do is say that
Tell you've got some good points, but you've got to realise
you're too polite, Ken. You're too polite.
and that's the thing. We're a big club, and we all universally accept we're a big club, and we have big expectations. And let's not forget that the team that we're trying to catch for sixth place fired their manager a week before a cup final. So they have got the same sort of dissatisfaction as us because they see themselves as a big club. That's what I'm saying. And I think that's the thing. You talk about turning around, and it's nice to be optimistic, but Arsenal Football Club is not about optimism. It's about expectation and the demand for success.
Demand, exactly.
Can I just say quickly to Warren? Warren, listen, I know you go for me every week, mate, but I just want to say I love you, mate. Thank you for all the messages that you send to me. Big yourself up. And listen, anyone that doesn't know, he's got a YouTube channel. Go over and subscribe to Warren.
Yes,
and he's got
lads.
Yeah, he's got some fantastic content on there, and we'll always shout you out, mate. Yeah,
exactly.
Definitely.
Go on, Diesel. I think you were going to say something, mate, before that.
It's nice to see.
Can I just say that, Jake? I love you too, mate. Jake's in the start, Liverpool fan. But if listen, you'll say that's ridiculous. If that's ridiculous, then you're not going to get Champions League football, then are you? Because you're only a point off of fourth place. So if Arsenal can't do it, then surely you've got to look at Liverpool and say they can't do it. It's the same thing, surely. Is that right, Kenny or Diesel?
Look, you've got to look at the situations. Like big clubs have big demands and big things. I think what's happened is that I talk to Arsenal fans, and I say, when I see Arsenal fans talk about like the gold Premiership trophy, I think, well, I want more. The Invincible shouldn't be like shouldn't be the end. I mean, you look at Man United in 1968; they won a European Cup, and they didn't win anything for 9 years, which means they still do because when they finally won the European Cup, that was it. We can't let that happen. If you're a big club, then you have to want success every season, and you have to demand it. And if you're not getting it, then people have to be accountable. None of this, we made an improvement, take it in the next season. So what? The damage has already been done this season, and that's the thing. We are a big club. We haven't won the title for 17 years. The whole ethos and whole mantra and the ambition has to come from the owners, down to the coach, and down to the players, and down to the fans. We've got to feed off that. We can't do it all ourselves, and that's why we have to demand more, Terry. And if no matter how much the board and the media try to manipulate people into thinking that, this is like a play season, and we'll take up. No, you have to say no. This is not acceptable. We're Arsenal Football Club. Stop calling all the Arsenal fans like to say we're the Arsenal. Don't be the Arsenal. If you want to be the Arsenal, then be successful. Every time I want to call Arsenal the Arsenal ever again, it's when we start winning Challenge for leagues, winning the Champions League. That's when we're the Arsenal. That's the Arsenal.
Well, we should be Arsenal if we win, lose, or draw, whatever. Obviously, we want the best for our club, But there's a lot of clubs out there, let's not forget,
No,
that have great
Terry,
support.
Terry,
You know, come
Terry,
on,
this
they
is an
have great
Arsenal
support.
show. Terry, you're an Arsenal fan.
I know
You
this is
support
an
a big
Arsenal
club.
show. I know this is an Arsenal
You
show.
don't support a small club.
But we haven't just got Arsenal supporters in here, Ken. We haven't just got Arsenal
I
supporters.
understand. I respect that. I do respect that. But you've made the show Arsenal getting the top 6. You didn't say a top 6 fight between Spurs, Liverpool, and the other clubs. You made it an Arsenal show with the way how you call it. It's an Arsenal show.
What I mean by that is that just because we're Arsenal doesn't give us the right to say that we can win the league every season. It doesn't.
It should do.
What do you mean it should do? It doesn't.
All right, Terry, can I explain why it should do? Can I explain? Because I'll tell you why. Our cousins, that our, like I said, illegitimate cousins down the district line, right, district line in Hammersmith and Fulham, demand succession for a year. Our cousins down the other side of the district line in the East End now think, oh yeah, we want some of that as well. Our enemies down at North N17 just to sack the manager for not getting to the League Cup final. They think they should be there. It's ambition, Terry. And yes, it makes us arrogant. Good.
Of course it's ambition.
And Jake supports Liverpool. Jake supports Liverpool, and Jake will tell you that his results and his ambitions are that Liverpool have to win the league every year because that's what a big club is.
Well,
and
if that was
Jake is the only.
Hold up here. If that was the case, then why was you and Diesel still wanting Emery in then? Why
because
did
he's an
you still want
experienced man. I'll tell you, Terry,
hold up. When he didn't get Champions League, he lost it on the last day of the season, right? He didn't do it, and he got us embarrassed in the show. Why didn't you two come out then and say, this is not good enough for my club, that manager needs to be sacked, and we need to go out? But you wanted to give him another year.
Because he wasn't backed, Terry. He wasn't backed. He's not got half of what Arteta has got.
Why is that acceptable? Is that because you wanted him here, so that's acceptable, or what? Because there was a load of fans.
Name me one Arsenal fan who. No, hang on a minute. Name me one Arsenal fan who was crying out for Unai Emery after Wenger left. Not one Arsenal fan, right? Was asking for Unai Emery, right? He came here, right, and we got behind him, right. But at the end of the day, Terry, he openly come out and said, right, see like Arteta in every press conference, right? It's blatantly obvious, right? This man is a puppet for the board. Unai Emery at least had a little bit of bottle to come out and say, look, I wanted him, I didn't get him. I wanted him, I didn't get him. I wanted him, they got me her. I mean, come on.
So why did he sit there? Why did he still want to be in a job then?
Right.
Why did he want to be in a job
he
then?
got us to a final, Terry,
If he's such a great manager, Diesel, come on. If he's such a great manager, you turn around and say, if I'm the manager here, if you don't do what I want to do, I can go elsewhere and get it.
Okay. All right, okay, I'll answer that. Let me answer it then, right? Okay, so what you just said there, yeah? Right? As you said, we lost in the final, yeah?
Yep.
So you're saying, why didn't the fans turn on Unai and want him out?
No, I'm not saying the fans. I'm saying you.
That's what he said. So hang on a minute. If that's the case, and he had a better season than Arteta, why don't you want Arteta out now then? Let me throw that back at you. Why don't you want Arteta out? He had a worse season than Emery.
Because
we got embarrassed by
I'll explain it. I'll explain it.
Right? Why is it different?
I'll explain it to you. Hold up. I'll explain it to you, right? Because there's things that's going on in the background as our club to me.
Oh my God.
Hold up. Listen, right? People used to complain. Do you remember when we used to have Gio on here? Gio, who was in the chat.
Yeah, do you know why you don't come on anymore, Terry? Because of your bloody delusion. That's right.
Right, listen. Right, he used to say every stream, why don't your board sign up all your young players? Why does your board always let all these players go for free and you don't make anything of them? Everyone used to complain about them, right? And now everyone's complaining, right, that these new people are coming, Edu and Vinay and all that. But what's going on in the background? We're signing up all our youngsters on 5-year deals, right? We're getting rid of all of these players that should have gone under the last regime with Emery there, right? We got rid of Ozil, we got rid of Mustafi, Socrates and all that. This is all these people, right, that keep complaining about Edu and Vinay, who are inexperienced apparently and all this rubbish, but they seem to be getting on with the job. They seem to be getting on with the job, which the experienced people didn't do. Gazidis and Emery and that. So that's the other thing that's going on in the background. Obviously, they wanted Arteta before Emery. Emery said, Arteta said that he didn't want to come because he didn't feel he was good enough for the job. Right? He didn't feel he was good enough for the job. Now he's come in. He's worked under Pep for 3 years. He's seen how City's worked as a team and as a club. And hopefully, he's told them that that's what he wants to do. And that is why there is a process at the club. Because he's come in and he said, this is what should happen. This is what should happen. This is what you need to do. You need to sign up our young players, right? Which we have done. We've got one more that we haven't. We need to sign up, which is Smith Rowe. All the others are signed up for 5 years, right? So why ain't people picked up on that?
Tel, can I just ask you a question? It's fantastic weather out there. Should we go and give Arteta credit for that to the sunny day out?
Come on, Kenny! Come on, Kenny!
I didn't even talk about Arteta. I talked about the others in the background.
And what you've done is you've made your points. You've made your points really, really strongly. And all I've got to say to do is that you've said every reason why a manager should get time. And I respect that. I 100% respect that. But once let me finish. As usual, if I give you enough rope or give you an inch, you take them on, don't you? I'll give you an inch, you take them on. You never let me finish. So I'm going to finish. You said all of that. Diesel said that the same to the other thing, but the other boss who was before, you said if he was such a great coach, blah, blah, he would have done this, and that. Well, what happened 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago, he scored his successor easily, outwitted him tactically, and he's now going back to Gdansk. And us three are talking about getting the top six. That's what Emery did. He showed us how it's done. No, you don't like that. I hate it. But that's
no. You could
he's still a good coach. He's still a good coach, Emery. That's all I'm saying. He's still a good coach.
He beat us. He beat us.
Well, I'm just saying he's still a good coach, Terry. You're talking about is that he's the worst. He's a crap coach.
Did he actually beat us? Did he actually beat us, or did we beat ourselves? Because I think we beat ourselves.
Oh my God! I've heard it all now. Wow!
Tell managers invariably will always get credit if the team wins. Arteta gets credit for beating Chelsea home and away. He deserves that credit. He got credit for winning the FA Cup final.
He doesn't get credit. He doesn't get credit.
Well, yes, he does. Yes, he does.
He doesn't.
Because go on Twitter. Go on Twitter. Someone who's an esteemed.
I go on Twitter. The social media is. I don't go on it.
As usual, we give you this little mile inch, and you take all the mileage out of it, don't you?
No. I'm stating my case. That's all I'm doing.
Oh, of course you state the case. No one's prevent you doing that. But you've asked the question, and all I'm saying, Tel, right, is that in terms of Arteta, right? In terms of what you said about Arteta, he has got credit though. He does get credit. A lot of people have, rightly given credit for the results.
I don't think he got enough credit for winning the FA Cup and that, like a lot of Arsenal fans are doing for Leicester with Brendan Rodgers. That's the truth.
I disagree with you. I disagree. The reason why I disagree with you is because people like myself and Diesel, probably before Villarreal, were very much there was still a higher percentage of people behind Mikel than they were people who wanted him to resign. Like me said. So let's just say it was 65-35. So there was still enough credit in the bank in terms of the percentage of Arsenal fans who believe in Arteta. So he did get enough credit. I disagree with what you said.
Jake, I don't watch any of them, mate. And Diesel will tell you that. I don't watch any other YouTube channel, mate. I haven't got time for it, to be honest. I wish I did.
Do you know what, right? Very, very quickly, though, right, before we come to the lovely Jack Ramsey, right, can I just ask both, and this is Kenny and Terry, right? Right, sorry, my mistake, Terence. Right, so all joking aside here, right, when a club sacks a manager, right, the thing is, you sack a manager because he's not good enough, so the next one that you go out to get should be better, yeah? Can you not do you not look at it and think, because I do, How embarrassing our current manager being beaten by the man he replaced, right? And it, not just being beaten, but outsmarted tactically. You know, for me, it was so scripted, yeah? And that was the game, really, that in my opinion, where the board should have thought, oh my God, we've just got beat by a manager we sacked because we deemed him not good enough. And he's just come here, and not just by an inch, he's come here and taken the piss out of our current manager. That is absolutely disgraceful. And yet the man is still here, which sort of tells you all you need to know about this club and a certain section of the fan base, the Terry cult club or whatever it is they call it, the Arteta-ins. Unbelievable. And yet he still comes out in his press conferences. We played really well. We wanted it. The players were hungry. I can see they were working hard. I can see they're playing for me. I can see they have passion, desire. What game is he watching? Really, Terry? Come on. Sorry, Terence.
Hold up. So no other manager does that, like Tuku.
Terry, super chat. Terence, super chat. Super chat. He's paid for it. Jack, my mate, Jack.
We should have won. We should have won. That's the arrogance of the man.
Jack Ramsey, thank you very much, mate. Hodgson's contract isn't being renewed at Palace because even we, bear in mind, this is my Palace fan, because even we demand more than just staying up. Arsenal can demand more than the crap this season. Absolute facts. Thank you very much, Jack.
Thank you very much for a super chat. But I think personally that I think halfway in the season, I was quite surprised that he carried on Hodgson. For me, he looked like a man that was dead and buried and ready for retirement. That's just my opinion. And I think he was going to retire anyway after this season. So, but you deserve a better manager. I'm not a real lover of him anyway, but good luck to you. I hope you get a good manager. And, I just think
they're getting Lampard. They're getting Frank Lampard.
Yeah, and I've seen that. I've seen rumours about that. So, hopefully, you know what I mean? Hopefully you get a better manager and see what happens next season. Hopefully you do better. So, did you
dump in your ex-girlfriend and you see and she gets better looking than you? Yeah, do you know? Great analogy, Tony. Great analogy, mate. Yeah, it is. It's just like that. Exactly. Lone Star, listen, stop bullying Terry. Lone Star, if you can get your head out of Terry's ass just for 5 minutes, yeah? Because it's funny, when I did the stream the other day and Terry wasn't on here, where was you? And you don't ever miss a stream, yeah? So if you're that much in love with Terry, you must love Terry as much as he's in love with Mikel Arteta, right? Form your own opinion, Lone Star. I've called you out 3 times now because I'll see you on other streams, right? You come out with something completely different. Can't stand people like that. Have your own view. Stop agreeing with everything Terry says, yeah? Because I know from what I've seen, you don't fully agree with him, right? So come on.
Lone Star.
Come on, be a man. Be a man.
Don't worry. Yeah? Lone Star, don't worry, mate. No one's bullying me. Everyone's got their own opinion. And unfortunately, Diesel wants 100% of people on his side. 100% he wants on his side.
Unbelievable.
He picked out one person.
Lone Star was Arteta out, yeah? Because I've seen a comment. He was Arteta out. Now he's Arteta in again. Which is it, Lone Star? Are you out? Are you in? Which is it? Because you can't change from week to week, yeah? Which one is it?
Diesel. You picked up one person that was sticking up for me, and you don't like it. Come on, you don't like it. You want 100% of the chat, and that's the way you want it.
I've had the majority of this chat all year. You know why? Because I speak facts and I talk sense. I say what I see, yeah? And I want the best. You said you're on. You want to win every competition that you're in, yeah? Right? We are going to finish 8th or 9th again this season. 8th last season, yeah. You just said to Kenny about what 2-3 minutes ago about Arteta doesn't get credit for the FA Cup. What do you think is keeping him in this job? It probably is the FA Cup. So the FA Cup is saving him, right? Yeah. Why should we keep on congratulating him for something that he won time ago? It's fish and chip paper, Terry. I've told you that. Fish and chip paper. That was before, right? We go on. You can't keep living off past.
Let me just come back at you with that. You said you speak facts. I'm sure I was the one who said when this manager comes in, we would win trophies. Fact is, we've won 2 trophies. I then told you that come
Kelly,
next
2
season,
trophies.
hold up.
The Community Shield's not a trophy,
Hold up, let me speak. I then said to you at the beginning of the season,
the Community Shield's not a trophy.
Thank you.
Hold up. Right, and then I did say to you that come the end of this season, we would get rid of a load of players. And everyone, including our great friend Lee Gunner, was saying, don't be too silly, don't be silly. We've got no money. We're not going to buy anyone. Right. And then that happened in January. And I said to you, we'll get rid of them and we'll get people in. And what happened? It happened. Right. And then I said to you, hopefully come next season, once he gets his players in, he will turn us around. So 3 out of 3 things that I've said have come true. Facts. That's the truth of the matter. So just talking about facts, I just wanted to bring that up. And talking about that the Charity Shield is not a trophy and all things like that. I'm sure come the beginning of the season when Leicester play Man City in the Charity Shield, seeing as they've not been in it before. Well, they have been in it before when they won the league, but for the second time, that they're going to go out, they're going to put their best team out. All the Leicester fans will be behind their team.
But we're Arsenal, Terry. That's Leicester. We're Arsenal.
Who cares? Who cares?
I don't need to go for him. You go for it.
Tell who do you support, though?
What you're doing is
Arsenal. Leicester, Arsenal.
We're Arsenal. That's all you're trying to say. That is all your argument. Is that we're Arsenal?
Yeah, but tell. We all bat for the same side here, mate. We're all in the same group. We all play for the same cricket team, don't we? We all wear the whites. Let's just say it. I'm a Middlesex County Cricket Club supporter, right? So our team from that on this stream is Middlesex. We all play for Middlesex, We all got the same batting lineup. We might have different bat sponsors, but we're all in the same batting side. What is wrong with me demanding that a massive club like Arsenal should be challenging for big honours every season? And that if a manager doesn't fall, and if a manager falls by the wayside, what is wrong? What Chelsea are doing? Why is it wrong for Chelsea to sack unworkable managers? Why is it wrong? Why is it wrong for Arsenal to do that?
Penny,
don't you want to win,
You're totally right.
Don't you want to win, Terry? That's the question.
You're totally right. So answer my question then. When I kept having this conversation with you when Emery was here, when you kept saying, no, give him time. Why did you say it?
Tell.
No, it ain't deflecting. It's the same argument. It's the same argument. We're all batting for the same team.
Kelly's against. Answer the question.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question?
But I wasn't finished, but carry on. Go on in, Ken.
Oh, no, you got to finish. It's only fair.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to
take advantage of you. You're not me taking a mile now, do you? So you finish.
All I was trying to say is that we had this argument when Emery was here, and everyone kept saying, no, he's got this, he's doing this, and blah, 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 and all that rubbish, right? And I kept saying the same thing as what you're saying now about Arteta. So what is the difference? Why was it okay for you? Why was it okay for you to back Emery, but it's not okay for me to back
Let me know when you finished. Let me know when you finished.
I'm finished. Over and out.
Right, tell. Ultimately, right, you won, didn't you? Ultimately, the board did what you said. They agreed with your opinion. So, and they decided to go with what you believe was their first choice, Arteta. And we're now saying that as much as we know factually, Emery got better results. He got more out of his forwards, especially aubameyang and Lacazette. We were playing better football. You're going to talk about us playing, us playing with, like very open, and teams like Watford had 32 shots on their goal. Fine. But what I've said to you in many streams is that a new manager goes to a club and he has to play to the strengths of what he's been left. Emery played to our strengths. Ultimately, it didn't work. Arteta's now, as soon as he's got there, trying to not play to our strengths and trying to change us into what we're not. It hasn't worked either. Yes, Arteta, Aubameyang's penalty made it 2-1 in the final. He's not getting credit. But the fact of the matter is, the season afterwards, Man City murdered us in the league. Southampton beat us in the FA Cup. Again, that was poor team selection. Fact. Europa League, poor team selection, poor tactics. He's out. So all I'm saying, right, is that the mantra is Arteta should lose his job for a simple reason is that he disobeyed the first mantras of a football team. You go to a football club and you do not. The first thing you do, you use your brains and you play to the strengths, and then you evolve your tactics. You don't go and try to change things and then get a FA Cup winning, and then all of a sudden with the same players you're still trying to play a system doesn't understand them. Aubameyang can't score for Toffee, so we're not giving him a service. Lacazette is suffering for his legs. So Pepe, £72 million player, that this great coach of ours still hasn't got a Scooby and what to do with him. A £72 million asset. We've got a forward line worth 180 million shots. Not 180 pounds, 180 million shots. And this manager still hasn't got a clue to get the best out of the front three. Come on, Tel.
Yeah, but he's good looking, Kenny. He's good looking though, so that offsets it all, doesn't it? He's good looking.
Here, Tel. Come
he's
on,
good
help
looking.
me out here. Come on. In all seriousness, don't you think I've got a right to be concerned? At least.
Of course you have. But exactly what I'm saying. I was concerned, and when Emery was here, I kept getting told, no, this man will turn it around. You know what I mean? I said that he should have been sacked after the final, and yourself.
You've got your own way, though. You've got your own way, Tel. He got sacked. You got your own way. You got your own way.
Where was the process for Emery, Tel? Where was the process? Where was the process for Emery?
You got your own way.
No process? Didn't believe in the process then? No process. Okay, no process. No process. But there's a process with him. Where was the process with Unai? No process, didn't believe in the process, believe in the process now, didn't believe in the process then. There was no process before, but there is one now. Okay, Phil. Yeah, we got you, Tel. Well done. Jack Ramsey, thank you very much, mate, for the super chat. Yeah, the second one that you've put in tonight, mate, thank you very much. He's put Mikel Arteta.
But we couldn't believe in the process because obviously no one backed him, did they? The ball didn't back him. So poor old Unai Emery. I mean, what could he do at Arsenal? I mean, why did he just sit there like a sitting duck? Because nothing was Emery's fault when he was at Arsenal. Was he, Diesel? Nothing was his fault. The players didn't want to play for him. They were starting to piss out of him. The ball didn't want him. Apparently, the ball didn't want to go to him. I mean, why was he still there, the poor man? Why was he still there? What was he doing there for that?
They're playing for Arteta, aren't they, mate? They're really playing for Arteta.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what I mean? God, you can't say about Emery, mate.
You're back players that play for Emery go on and win the FA Cup the year after. Probably 80 or 85% of them were Emery's players.
Lacazette and Aubameyang. The best season together as a partnership under Unai Emery.
We had no issue scoring goals under Emery, did we? No issue scoring goals. Aubameyang is a shadow of the player he was. Yeah, we all rave about Kieran Tierney, our captain. Who bought him? Wasn't Arteta? Emery did. Yeah.
He did because you said they didn't want. They didn't play. He didn't
win anything. No, hang on a minute. I think something in the chat room commenting of all the players Emery wanted. Fabinho. It was the other one, right? Zaha. Didn't get. So there you go. He didn't want Pepe. Didn't want Pepe. Didn't want Pepe.
He didn't buy all the other ones that you didn't want. Yeah, and that was rubbish.
Terry, he came out and said that. Right in the board. If he's lying, come out then and put a response to him.
Did you believe everything that Wenger said? Did you believe everything that Wenger said?
There you go. Right? Listen. The main thing is this. The main thing is this, Terry, right? Your mentality is disgusting. You put this man before. I cannot believe you are old. You're older than me. You're early 40s, and you're talking like my 8-year-old son would. This disgusting. The mentality is in the gutter. We all can't be wrong here. We all can't be wrong, Terry. Right? Yeah. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you, you are the dream Cronky fan. You are the fan that these Cronkies love. Because you expect this. You expect this, right? Then you said Leicester played Man City, and Leicester are going to go for it. You're putting us on a pedestal with Leicester. We are 10 times the size of Leicester. That just goes to show where you are.
Deflection, Diesel. You still ain't answering my question.
Disgusting.
Do you want to deflect anymore?
Disgusting.
Do you want to deflect anymore, or do you want to answer the question? Did you believe everything that Wenger said? What?
Wenger? No, I wanted Wenger out, Tell. You know that.
No, you didn't. Oh, right. Yeah, you didn't.
Yeah, you
so
wanted him out as well, Tell. You
You
wanted
wanted him out as well.
I wanted him out. I'm not saying anything about that. What I'm saying is that he's saying that everything that Emery said is gospel. Everything that Emery said was the right thing. It was nothing to do with Arsenal, nothing to do with the players or anything. Emery was right about everything.
Yeah,
that's what
when
you want.
when Arteta
you won't have a word said against him.
Yeah, you can't say anything about Mikel though, can you?
When Arteta finally gets sacked, he's going to come out with the same explanation. He's
Thank
going to
you.
blame himself.
Yeah, and when he does, Terry, I hope you stream and you go for Arteta. I hope you go for him. When he does that, I hope you won't.
You won't. Agree with you. Of course he will. Same as Wenger did. He wanted this player. He wanted that player.
That's what it is.
He wanted this player. He wanted that player. We all know that. Wenger said that. He can make a book, 10 of them, about the amount of players that he wanted and didn't want. That's what I'm saying.
Rob. Come on, Rob. Rob Woods. Big up Rob Woods.
Vin Diesel says it, but it's not okay when I say it. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm
I'm
saying.
so glad we agree on something.
This isn't about you. It's about having a debate about the football club.
We're having a debate, but that's what I'm saying. When I bring it up, we're not allowed to debate that, and I'm delusional. That's what I'm saying.
No, Terry.
Because you're happy with this, Terry. You're happy with it.
Terry, I saw you.
I'm happy.
Terry, can I finish? Me, you. I joined after the result at the Emirates. Thursday week, I joined a show with yourself, Diesel, and Glenn. You were just as despondent as us. You were hurting. Obviously, and I'm not saying you got a right to change your mind, but the fact of the matter is that you put your chips in. You basically at the courier said, "I got no more. I can't invest any money anymore," and that money you couldn't invest was in Mikel Arteta. His time was up for you. Now, you're allowed to change your mind and blah, blah, and that's your prerogative. But what I'm trying to say is that what has changed from 10 o'clock on Thursday, the 6th of May, to basically, what time is it now?
A couple of days off, we'll be an extreme.
On the 17th of May. What's changed?
I'll tell you why. Because it was very, very reactional, like what this fan base is. It was very, very reactional.
Hold up. These are not reactional.
Because even one of our good mates, Chig, that come on the other night, right? I explained to him, and big up to Chig, 100%, because he turned around and said, I 100% understand where you're coming from, Terry, and I understand why you wanted him out, because it's very, very reactional, and I understand.
Yeah, it was being polite, Terry. It was being polite, nothing more. It was being polite.
Taking time out, the next day, reassessing the situation. It was very, very reactional, and big up Cheek for saying that, because he's a man. He can stand there. He can say, he can actually have a proper debate. I'm not saying that you can't. I'm just saying he understood what I meant, and he said,
"You liar."
Big up to he said, "Big up to yourself, Terry. I understand where you're coming from." So, Chig, thank you very much, mate.
God.
And that's why.
You know what makes me laugh, right? Yeah. Right, if you Chig streams, right, big up to Chig. You watch his streams. Chig wants don't get it twisted. He wants his manager out as much as me and Kenny. But it was on our channel, right? And Chig was being polite. That's it. That's as far as it goes. He was being polite to you, Terry. All right, that's it. Yeah, he wants him out, right? He's got no faith in this man. Trust me, ring him right now. Right, or you carry on the stream, and I'll go and get the evidence, and I'll show you it.
Look, I think tell
conversation. Hold up. Sorry, Ken. Where in that conversation did I just say that Chig wants Arteta to stay?
No, you never said that. Never said.
Exactly.
We know that.
What he said to me.
Well,
that's all I said.
But tell.
You're trying to twist it. You're trying to twist it again.
Tell. I'm not twisting what you're saying, because you've got your right to an opinion.
Oh, I didn't say you, Kenny. I didn't say
you. Tell. You got a right to change your mind. But the thing is, right, is that what's failed you? Is it because you've woke up and you thought, right, I've calmed it down here? Was it because we beat West Brom, or was it the Chelsea result?
It was none of them. It was none of them. Like I said to you, the whole process for me, the whole process behind Arsenal.
Right.
And
What
from
is the
very beginning-
process? What is the process?
Hold up,
What is
What
it?
is the process?
I
What is
told
the
you.
process?
Right, listen.
What is the
hold up.
process? I
You
don't
can't
know what
answer
the
it,
process
Ken.
is.
I've asked them all year, mate. You can't answer it.
Oh
No
my
one can
God,
answer it.
No, but tell what is the
I'm not going to
process?
explain it again. The
Why
process
not?
is like the whole package. You said the other day that Arsenal have got to get their in-air sorted out, right? So behind the scenes, that's what you meant. Behind the scenes, right?
Yeah.
Has to be sorted out. Like I said earlier on, you know, we was all complaining about Gazidis and Emery. Apparently, Emery didn't get the chance to pick his own players and blah, blah, blah. Gazidis never signed our young players up. He went out and got all the wrong players and God knows what and things like that, right? Since they've gone, all our young players that we want to build around, 5-year deals. Smith Rowe is on the verge of doing it. I absolutely, you know, hope that gets done. You know, all the shit that we've had to go through with Saka, he's going to go. He ain't going to stay here in this shit club under this shit manager. Same as Balogun. Why ain't he picking him? He doesn't like him. He's fucking shit. You know what I mean? Let's get rid of this manager. If he ain't going to sign Balogun up, blah, blah, blah. What happens? He signs a 5-year deal. Same as Smith Rowe, same as Martinelli. So all our young players, we've got them all signed up now. We've gone out, we've got Partey, we've got Gabriel. Hopefully, you know what I mean? It took them a little bit of time to settle in. Hopefully next season with a great pre-season behind them, working with them young people, with other people coming in, that will be the process. That's what I'm saying. As well as getting rid of Ozil, getting rid of Socrates, getting rid of Mustafi, getting rid of David Luiz now. Apparently, Williams going like Lee Gunner has done on his stream earlier on. You know, all these players are going. So we've still got another 6 or 7 players to go out. We've got our own players coming in. Come next season, like I said, you know, we had a shit, let's be honest, we all can hold our hands up, a shit first half of the season. But part of the progress is from the first half of the season to the second half of the season, the form guide shows that we are in 3rd position. Who's to say that we can't do that again next season? We don't know that. We don't know
Because
that.
it's a results business, Tell. Because it's a results
Exactly,
business.
it is a results business.
And
it's facts. It's facts.
It's a results business. And you've got to look at it this way, though, Tell. You say that, and you talked about all these great points, but those great points, the fact of the matter is that every manager, ideally, is going to want that, but they only get a chance to fulfil that if they produce something that enables them to carry on the job. Every football club has a process. Every football club is going to have a transition. Yeah. Every football club is going to have basically, like, how do I say, a period of unsustained success. But it's recognising when you're on the way and preventing yourself. So, right, we've got to act now. It happens in every sport. The West Indies cricket team had those 4 fast bowlers where they were beating teams. But what's happened is that they weren't thinking about tomorrow. And that's why when Australia beat them in 95, they went off the wayside because we weren't thinking about tomorrow. Big clubs should be thinking about tomorrow. But what gives managers a chance to see it through is results. And the fact of the matter is that his results has not enabled him, in my opinion, for him to carry on and see whatever this process is. He doesn't deserve to have that chance. The results are horrendous. His results alone show that we need someone else. And what I'm trying to say, one more thing, if it's a 3 or 4 year period, a process which we're going to have to accept, maybe, then I want an experienced coach to do it properly, not a novice. That's all I say, Terry.
Yeah, well, I listen. I understand where you're coming from, Kenny. I totally agree not agree with you, but I understand where you're coming from and your reasons for it. But what I'm trying to say is, where was that under Emery?
Emery's gone. Emery's gone.
No,
Emery's
gone.
The board sacked Emery.
Kenny, I know he's gone. But everything you're saying about me, why didn't you see that under Emery? That's what I'm trying to say. You see a process under Emery. You thought that he was going to be the manager to take us forward.
But the board agreed with you, Terry, and they fired him and got someone else in. That's what happened.
I'm not
won the argument. You were right.
Terry,
ultimately, the people who make decisions at the football club believed that you were right or wrong. They believed you. They said you were right. They made a decision in your name, and they fired him. So you were right, weren't you?
Well, no, I don't think I'm right. They was my opinions.
You thought Emery was unsuitable for position.
All I'm asking,
the
Ken,
board agree with you.
Ken, all I'm asking for, I don't care about the board at this precise minute or anything. What I'm trying to say is everything you've got against Arteta and that you want a better manager in, why didn't you have that same thought and that same feeling under Emery? That's all I'm asking. You thought that Emery was the manager.
I'll tell you. I asked you. Can I answer your question? I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because Emery was an experienced manager who's used to working in teams that needed a rebuild and teams that were in transitions, because he did it in his clubs in Spain. And I felt that as an experienced manager, who I still think is the best man for the transition, he should have been given a chance. The board didn't agree with me. And that's the thing. I still, whatever you say, if you're saying we're in transition, and I'm saying I want an experienced man who can evolve a playing style, who can get results until we get to the promised land, which means if we're in transition, occasionally we are going to get near the top four or might miss out, but we might get a top four. And then what we could do is evolve. We can't evolve from this. This season's a washout. 13 league games we lost. How many games have we lost this season? 13 league games. Most record games at home. There is nothing for us to feel optimistic and for us to build on because there's nothing there.
Yeah, Kenny, can I just say all, right? But more or less the same thing was happening. Yes, he should have got us Champions League football. We finished in 5th place. Well done to Emery, great. And then the next season, when I was saying we should have sacked him, we was in a relegation battle then and all. So why wasn't you or Diesel calling for Emery to be sacked like everyone was calling for Arteta?
I've already answered my question. You did the same at Diesel. I've already told you
what I'm saying. So, it comes down to opinion. It comes down to opinion.
You've got a bit of a short memory there, Terry, because we were doing streams around that time. And did I or did I not come out and say, yeah, Emery's got to go? But for me, it wasn't so much because of what was happening on the pitch. It was because of the way he dealt with the Xhaka thing. It was him bringing Ozil back. You know, for me, I have said that. Yeah, that for me was right. But listen, let's not get it twisted. I've said to you before, some managers just don't fit certain clubs. It doesn't make them a bad manager or anything like that. If he's at Villarreal, let's be fair, not a great team, right? But he's getting the maximum out of a team like that. That is a sign of a very good manager, right? And do you know what? I was a little bit, pleased for him when he done us, because as angry as we were, because we're Arsenal fans, but because I know of some of the crap that these players gave him, I thought, you know what? That was his little bit of revenge. But he is a good manager, Terry. I know you keep referring. You keep referring back to the Chelsea to the final. Yes, we got embarrassed. Yes, we got smashed. We should have won that. But at the end of the day, I'll never forget. As soon as the final whistle went, I'll never forget the way Emery stood there and just stared in disbelief at these players. And for me, that was where I thought to myself, do you know what? Yes, the manager will always take the flak. But that particular game, I did think to myself, do you know what? I don't think that was really him. I reckon the way he looked at those players, you have to say, what have you done? You haven't listened to anything because prior to that, Terry, we got there with a worse squad. We got to a final with a worse squad. We finished 5th. It's not a trophy, 5th. Don't get me wrong. I'll tell you what, I'll bloody well take that now. You know, so... Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. This manager that we've got now, right, has done far worse than Emery ever did. And yet you're still clamouring for him. That's what I don't get. Do you know what I mean? I don't understand it. I never will.
Read that quickly, and then I've got another sort of 8 minutes, boys, before. I don't know if you want to carry on after Diesel. We've been going for an hour and a half.
Thank you very much.
You got dinner. You got some dinner. You got some fish and chips and some in the newspaper, have you?
I hope so, mate. And then I've got to go bloody work again. It's murder.
Well, Terry, fish and chips is not good for you, mate. Especially you driving. Have maybe. Do
you know what? You know what? No,
something less fried, and maybe have some for your pudding, a bit of ice, cream and some like a fruit salad.
It ain't working, mate. He's meeting Sir Mikel.
I might have a pie, mash, and liquor again, like the other day, boys. Oh, it was
yeah,
lovely.
I was jealous of you. But hey, you do know that wherever you work, if you get the night papers, it's going to be hurricane this, hurricane that. It's going to be in the back pages, the centre pages, and the front pages.
It's ridiculous. But it's not.
He's England captain, though. He's England captain.
Why is it news? We all know that he's going to leave at the end of the season. I don't understand it. You know what I mean? If he don't leave, then that's. Would you say that's his? How old is he now?
I mean, he's going to be 28 this year.
28. So,
you know what? Let me just read this chat. So I do want to quickly touch on that Harry Kane thing. Jack Ramsey, I think it's your third super chat of the night. Thank you very much, mate. We're going to be eating well because of you, so thank you, Jack. Big up yourself. Jack's put, it was his process to get Willian instead of Ziyech and give David Luiz a new deal. Mikel is even seeing his process is failing. Even he can see it. Well, there you go, Jack. There you go.
Jack, thank you very much for your super chat, but obviously Arteta hasn't got no say in it. He doesn't want them players. He doesn't.
Oh, that's not true. You're wrong, and that's why I'm going to pull you
I'm
up.
only joking, Kenny.
Kenny.
No,
I'm only joking.
No, you're not joking. You mean it.
He's not.
No,
he's trying to style it, Kenny. He weren't joking. He was serious.
He's a team manager. He's a team manager, which means he's part of the transfer committee. He does have that kind of responsibility. So no, Terry. No, I'll let you off.
Hold up.
On that point.
Let me get this right. So the unexperienced manager, like everyone keeps saying, has got more power in Arsenal than what the experienced manager Emery has.
Yes, because he was promoted to team manager, and that's a fact. It's not me making it up. You need to do your research.
Don't forget, he was head coach.
Do your research.
He hired as head coach, Terry.
Listen, that's just a title. That don't mean anything. Doesn't mean
Terry,
anything.
Please.
Oh, come
Terry,
on.
Please.
And it's coach.
Terry,
manager
listen to
is the
yourself.
same bloody thing. Come on.
Terry.
Come on.
Terry.
Come on, Kenny. Come on. You know that, son.
You're
I can't
stubborn, man.
how you two are still sticking up for Emery. He's not even here. Who cares about Emery?
Because
cares?
Terry, you're rewriting history. You don't even know that the current manager is being named as team manager and he's part of the transfer committee. You don't even know that. You claim.
Oh my God! I still can't believe it. If you're backing that manager, I still can't believe it.
And we're not backing Emery. We're not backing Emery. Emery's the Villarreal manager. This is mikel Arteta, who is the current manager. You still think we got a chance mathematically getting 6? We've discussed that, and whenever when you discuss things like where you think Arsenal going to finish, obviously the conversation about the manager's future is going to be part of the bullet points that will come out of that title. Fact.
So
and obviously, we're going to discuss it with you.
That wants to get 6th place then? Is it only me that wants to get 6th place?
No, it's just that we've got a different opinion with you. We don't agree with you, and we're going to debate it.
I'm not asking you to agree.
The manager.
I'm not asking you to agree. All it is, the title is saying that we can get 6th place. Is that fact or fiction?
Yeah, but Dave, that you brought it up because you said that if we get 6th place, you mentioned it in terms of in conjunction with the managers we wanted, like Mourinho. We finished above Mourinho, got sacked. We finished above. We finished above Ancelotti.
Yep.
Yeah. So and it was there, and we finished above Moyes, who we've been praising all season. So you're basically saying that is one in the eye for us who wanted other managers, and one and like how do I say it, a merit mark for you because you've been vindicated in your support of the manager because he's finished higher than all those managers that we wanted. Well, that's the impression you gave.
Because what I'm looking at is my team, Arsenal, finishes as high as they possibly can. First,
it's our. Well,
no, it doesn't seem like that's what I'm saying. Because if we do, then obviously your managers will be embarrassed. Your managers will be embarrassed. Come on, that is what it is. That is what it is. That's what it is.
Right, guys, very quickly, I can see that Lone Star's gunning for me a little bit in the chat room. So here's what I'm going to do. Lone Star, just for you, right? I'm going to get your name out there. If I send you a link, because I've got no sense, apparently, that's what you just said. I'll send you a link. Come on right now. I will stay on for another 15 minutes. You come on, and how about you try and school me, yeah? Try and school me, because look, see my face, I ain't hiding. Come on, send me your email address, yeah? I'll send you the link, Lone Star, and you can come on and you can explain to me why I've got no sense. I'm waiting. TikTok, Lone Star. Anyway, but yeah, very quickly, right? Harry Kane. Now, while we're waiting for Lone Star to put his email address in the chat room, yeah, so he can come on and try and tell me something, yeah. So Harry Kane. Now, I tweeted this the other day. That goal he scored, Kenny, for me was absolutely brilliant. That touch just before he shot the ball, yeah, absolutely. And I tweeted it out, and I think you liked it, Kenny, as well. He is. I don't care that he plays for Spurs. He is levels above aubameyang. I've said this. In fact, I'm going to big up Danny Cook in the chat, because I know he's here somewhere. Yeah, he's levels above aubameyang.
Well, he is. Aubameyang's not centre forward. He's not an orthodox centre forward. It's not. It's football. It's football. It's nothing to do about Arsenal, Tottenham. We've all argued about Aubameyang's best position, and you know I don't think it's centre forward. So I would second what you're saying.
Where's Lone Star? I'm waiting, mate. Come on, I ain't got all night, Lone Star. Come on. Send me your email address.
Hi, Warren.
Just quickly before we go, I just want to let everyone know that we'll be doing a stream for tomorrow for the Leicester Chelsea game. That's a big game tomorrow, so we'll do a live watch along for that. Wednesday, obviously, we'll be back for the who we got? Arsenal. Is it Brighton? No, Palace.
No,
isn't
Crystal
it?
Palace.
Palace. Yeah, Palace on Wednesday, and then obviously we'll probably do a stream in between that and all. And then Sunday's a big day. Obviously, final game in the season.
I don't know what you're doing on Sunday, but I think your stream might have to start long before the match if they got that protest on, isn't it?
Well, listen, I don't know if there might be a little surprise on Sunday, mightn't there, Diesel?
What's that? You might be going to protest.
No, not protest, but I might be going to protest outside Diesel's house. Yeah.
Not a dirty one, hopefully.
So yeah, we've got a few streams lined up this week. Obviously, like I just said, Leicester tomorrow, Leicester Chelsea, big game. Arsenal on Wednesday. We're trying to do something in between, and then obviously Sunday we've got the final day of the season. So that'd be good. Kenny, you'll be joining us. Well, you'll be joining us on Wednesday anyway, after the game, won't you?
Well, if you still want me on, I'm not going to agree with you.
Oh, come on, Kenny, man, Christ! You don't need an invitation, you. God.
Let's be real, mate. I mean, we go back a long time now. When have we agreed on Arsenal?
Never.
Or
you know what? When I think when we first did the podcast, right? I think what's happened is I could sense to be honest, I could sense your frustrations with Emery, because I remember the first time we were on a podcast. I don't think you were on it. Is that we were talking about Liverpool Arsenal, where I wanted Emery to kind of sort of, because I knew Liverpool were going to win the league that season. I want Emery to be more compact and hit us on the break. And you were going, no, Arsenal should get themselves forward and play the Arsenal way. So, and that's what I thought. That's what I thought. This guy's going to be hard work, but I like him.
Listen, I know we don't agree, Kenny, but you are. And can I just say, I want to put it out there now, right? Kenny, listen, as far as I've known Kenny, and even before, because obviously I used to follow you on Twitter, Ken, and everything like that about Arsenal and things like that, right? For anyone that puts out there that this man is not genuine, right? And even though I don't agree with him on most things Arsenal, he will always 100% before the game back Arsenal to go and win it, and always be encouraging about Arsenal to go out and win it. And that's what I love about you, Ken. No matter
what, go again, the club is the star. Come on.
The club's a star.
Exactly.
The club is a star.
No matter
when we beat Chelsea,
if we're going to get battered or whatever, Kenny, along as me, will always put out a positive message beforehand.
The club's a star.
You know what I mean?
Every game Arsenal plays massive. Every game we play is massive. I was jumping up and down like a child, a 5-year-old when we beat Chelsea. Why? Because it's Chelsea. I haven't seen us win. I rarely see us win at Stamford Bridge. Nothing. this was Arsenal winning, and you don't get it wrong. Good, you know. I tell you, if you get kudos, I don't care, mate. I bloody loved it that day. You know, I do. I even put up with no attacking football, but we won. Trust me, I was phoning Chelsea fans and sending them the liquidator and putting an Arsenal tone on it. That's football. It happens. I'm not gonna. Nothing is going to stop me from enjoying an Arsenal win. Never. That's how anyway.
Kenny, don't let anyone wind you up on Twitter or anything like that and tell you that.
I don't, because I think what's happened is that I think in the last, since God forbid, since July, I think what's happened is that, you know, it's made you think how people are, and you've got to realise one thing right now is that the easiest things in life is to have loads of people become acquaintance with you. It's easy to have acquaintance, but it's very difficult to make friends and keep friends. And I think life teaches you that all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think with Twitter, if you have Twitter, you have to. Well, the thing is, you have to learn the hard way. You are going to make mistakes, and that's the life. You are going to meet people who are not what they seem, but that shouldn't stop you from enjoying your life and be cautious of your life, because they win when you're like that.
Yeah. No, listen, I totally agree with you 100%, Ken. And all I would say is, right, the thing that I hate about any of that is that people give these people the light of day anyway. All these trolls, all these other people that do that. In my eyes, what we should do is just totally ignore them. I know that they get on your nerves sometimes. I know that they keep coming back and trying to break you and whatever. But the more and more you resolve, the more and more that you don't fucking show and give them the power, because that's what they want. They want the power. And as soon as you go back at them or give them just 1% of anything, then they've got you. So in my eyes, just forget about all these silly trolls, all these people that are against you. Don't worry about them. Just block them, move on. Block them, move on. That's all you got to do in my eyes, Ken. And that's what I wish the world was like. You know what I mean? Instead of getting on our high horses about things sometimes, because that's all these people do it for. They want the power. They want to be known. Just let's forget about them. Why should we reward the bad and not the good? Because there's a lot of good people out there on social media and you know what I mean, in the world and things like that, which don't get a mention. Do you know what I mean? And don't get seen or don't get things like that. Whereas these people, it seems to all fall on them. Do you know what I mean? And I don't like that, Kenny and Diesel.
Sorry, I'm having so much fun with the guys in the chat.
Sorry, what's that? Lone Star.
Lone Star.
Obviously, you know, can I say something? Tom's got to go.
Very quickly, Kenny.
There's 2 more shows, isn't there?
What's that? Sorry?
There's 2 more shows for Lone Star to show his face.
Lone Star reminds me of Anthony. He reminds me, Terry. Very quickly. Lone Star reminds me of Anthony Joshua, and I'm Tyson Fury. Yeah, the man just keeps stucking me, bruv. Do you know what I mean? So, that's all.
Leave Lone Star alone. Listen, leave him alone. He's allowed his opinion.
Yeah.
And if he's not with you, Diesel, if he's not with you, listen, I could say that to 99% of the bloody chat.
It's no burner account. You're telling it.
99%
Terry's
of the
burner account.
Leave him alone.
Come on,
He's
Rob,
fine.
My guy, Rob. Come on, mate. Come on.
Thanks, Rob. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate that. No, look, Lee, you know, it is what it is. And at the end of the day, you've got your own thing, Lone Star. Even if you was against me, I'd be saying it. Everyone's, you know what I mean? You know, 99% of the things.
Look, he can give it in the chat, yeah, but look, he can't. It's a lot. I'm constipated. Oh, man. Hey, well, we've just been talking about trolls. And I'll tell you something. I can't keep offering you out, mate. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm here every week, Lone Star. You know where to find me, brother. So, yeah, whenever you're ready, mate. However, listen, you know, I've said this to Kenny and to Terence. Yeah, the Arsenal players of old, right? The Keoghs, the Vieiras, saying to the opposition players, how do you want to play it today? If you want to play football, we'll play football. You want to mix it, we'll mix it. However you want to play it, we'll play it. And that is my message to you, Lone Star. However you want to do this, brother, wherever you want to do it, I'm here. End of. Come on. Go on, Tel.
There you go, Nin. There you go, Diesel. Send him your email and you can reschedule it. Ricardo, thank you very much, mate. I appreciate that. And look, Ricardo is always against me, always on me. You know what I mean? He doesn't give me a minute's rest. But I love you. I love all of you, mate. Love all of you. Thank you all for coming over and listening. Kenny, just quickly, finally, before we go, where are we going to finish?
I think we're going to finish. I think we're going to finish where we are at the moment, because I do expect Leicester to make it. I expect I expect the top 6 to stay as where they are. And I just think that maybe the only people team I think maybe we're 9th at the moment. I reckon if the best we can hope for is 7th or 8th. So I think 6 is just too much, because I do think that what will happen is I think that whoever changes places is going to get into 6th anyway, and I don't think that'd be us. I think we just run out of time. It's run out of time really, because I think what's happening is that top 4 play. It's the top 4. There's only one. Realistically, there's only one more place left in the Champions League, and I think there's about two places left in Europe. And I just think that we'll be just short. The best we can hope for is the European Conference League, and that'd be 7th.
Diesel.
Yeah, I think we're gonna end where we are, 9th. If I'm honest. So yep. Can't say much
very
more than that.
optimistic, Diesel. Very optimistic. Huh? I love it.
Tell, where do you think we're going to finish?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We can't win the league. You know that, didn't you? You know we can't win it. You know it's mathematically impossible. You know that.
Are you joking?
No, I'll show you the evidence. I'll show you the evidence.
I think looking at the fixtures, Ken, I think we've got a good chance of finishing 7th. I don't think we get it.
I think you could be right in there. I think what's happening is that what's happening is that one of the things we've got against us is that the teams that are in our rivals, they're going to have at least one home game in front of their fans, and I think that's just going to lift them. And I think if all of the teams that play in front of all our rivals play in front of their fans and win one of those games, or just get three more points, I think that's it. I think we're going to find it difficult to even finish 6th and a sort of you know what I mean? And then Palace at home, Palace away is going to be difficult, you know.
Yeah, no, it is. I think you're totally right, Ken. I think
can you imagine the lift they're going to get from their crowd, and the fact that Roy Hodgson's last home game. Can you imagine what he's done for those young players? How much he's helped their careers? They're going to want him to go out in a high. You know that?
Oh yeah, we just got to go out and play our own game, and hopefully we win. That's all we can hope for. That's right. All I'm trying to say is that I think West Ham has got like an easier run in, compared to Everton and Tottenham. So I think they're going to win one more game, and if they do, you know what I mean, they get 6th place. Tottenham, they've got an hard game against Villa. Hopefully Jack Grealish can help us out. And then obviously they go to Leicester, which is going to be an hard game. And then Everton have got Wolves. They've got Wolves, which I think they could get 3 points. But then they've got Man City at home. So I'm going for a Man City win there. And if they do and we win 2 of our games, we go above them. So,
realistically, 7th is probably realistic. I think 6th, because I think the fact that the fact of the teams involved, you know what I mean? You know what? I look at it this way. I'm putting my head on the block. I think Liverpool are going to sneak. I think Liverpool have got the best chance of getting the top 4. They've got 2 more games. They win both those games. I think the top 4's theirs, because I can see Chelsea dropping points against Chelsea dropping points or drawing with Leicester, and I think that lets Liverpool win if they draw with Leicester. You know what I mean? Because Leicester will be euphoric, but again, Chelsea are playing in front of their crowd at Stamford Bridge, so that's going to give them another lift. You know what I mean? Especially when they're going to be saying goodbye. Especially it's going to be their last home game before they play in the Champions League final. So football's a funny old game, mate. And
can you imagine being a Chelsea fan?
No.
Can you imagine being a Chelsea fan? You know what I mean? That they don't make Champions League football next season.
Hey, you know what? I don't want to imagine being anything Chelsea at the moment. I think it's more fun watching Chelsea and being a Chelsea fan, especially if things go
the wrong way.
cocked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes, we will be doing a Tyson Fury against Anthony Joshua stream when that comes in August. Kenny is more than welcome to join us for the live watching on that one when it comes to time. Just quickly and all, because it's just reminded me that me and Diesel will be sitting down sometime this week, and we'll be setting out a schedule for the Euros. The Euros that will be coming up. So we'll be setting out a schedule of what games we'll be doing. We're going to try and squeeze as many games as we possibly can. I think, Diesel, wouldn't we?
Hey, can I just answer that question from Will M. Hooper? About, I do watch a lot of boxing. Do I reckon one thing I'll say about Dillian White, I think that you've only seen about 70%. I still think he's got another 40% of improvement. Yeah. So I just can't rule it out, because every time you see Dillian White in a fight, he looks a lot better. It looks like he's learned something new. I still think, and that's why you can never rule it out. I still think that every fighter, especially heavyweight, is not unbeatable. I think Tyson Fury, if he has a bad day at the office, he's capable of getting beaten. At the moment, I still think he's the best heavyweight out there, and so is Tell, and Diesel feels that way. But you know what?
Yeah,
you can never say never in boxing.
Just quickly again, Ken, that was another one I was right on, wasn't it?
You were. And you went out and watched it as well.
Yeah, no, I'll tell you what. No, honestly, I've got to say, Tyson Fury is an absolute monster. And to be honest, when he was first starting off, I didn't really think he was that great, to be honest. You know what I mean? I didn't think he was that good. I thought the style of the way that he boxes and things like that, it just didn't look right. But, I mean, watching him live and watching him over the last few fights, I think he's absolutely phenomenal boxer, to be honest. And I don't think anyone...
I think the thing with boxing nowadays, right, is that the reason why you'll see a lot of fighters improve is because, they got the best physicians in terms of for their fitness. They got the base conditioners, and it's the diets as well. So what's happened is their fitnesses, and when you're fit, you tend to evolve mentally as a sportsman, and you be able to develop your skills. And that's why I think you're gonna see a better Anthony Joshua when he fights Tyson Fury, a great Tyson Fury. And Dillian White, I still think Dillian White's the third best heavyweight in the world. But he's got an opportunity to be number one, because I think that he's got a good chance against both these fighters. You can never write off Dillian White.
No. No, exactly.
Go on, take your show, mate.
No, just echoing what Kenny said. I really like Dillian White. I like his character. He's I just like his trash talk. I love everything, but he's got heart as well. And when you look at, if you look at the last fight, Povetkin, we said that, Kenny, didn't we, last week? He owned that fight. It was one lucky punch, right, that got him. Right, that aside, he was doing the business. So he got a bit of unfair criticism over that fight. If I'm honest, it was one punch. It can happen in boxing, but I like the way he makes comebacks. I like the way he changes coaches. I like the way he adapts, and you see different styles in more or less every match. He's always learning something new, and I agree with what you said about he's still got a lot more in him. I'll tell you, he's very underrated, Dillian White. There's not a lot of people who rate him, but I like him.
My memory of the first Dillian White fight is the general shocked and upset, and the great man just said, Ken, I've sent you a link. We want to hear your opinion on Dillian White fight. Remember that, Tell? The great man. Diesel, I think you were there as well.
Yeah.
We were in such shock when Povetkin knocked him out.
Yeah.
We just think,
unbelievable.
But, that's the thing about boxing as well. It's what? I can't wait. My wife's, we don't know where we're going to watch it, but we'll find a way to watch it. And I just have to make sure I've got, when they talk about footballers, if boots will travel, I just have to say if phone and Wi-Fi will travel. I'm sure I'm going to get an invite on your show and pep talk you Pep Talk UK as well. Of course, I'm going to say yes if I could just do something before the fight or after the fight. Say no to you guys, never.
Come on, Kenny.
I'm more excited about watching you guys in the Euros, really, because, like I said, we got a month of football and there's a game every day. Although it's during the day, it's a 2 o'clock game at work time, though, isn't it? When we're working 9 to 5.
For me,
what?
That's suitable for me.
Fair enough.
Because I work night, so obviously during the afternoon, it's not.
There's a big game. The first game is going to be Turkey versus. Who's Turkey? Who's the first game with the Euros?
That's on a Friday night, I think that is. It's 8 o'clock, and then
I know Wales are playing at 2 o'clock on a Saturday.
I can't remember. That's what I said. We'll look at the schedule and we'll and listen, Kenny. Whenever you're free, you're more than welcome to join us for the watch along if you can. Whenever you can, and give you.
You know what I'm like watch alongs. I get a bit nervous, so I might do an FA Cup final appearance and turn 15 minutes or an hour. Hey, Diesel.
Ken, I can chat to you all day. You know that. Come on. I loved it, mate. Loved it.
No, you know what? Dave, the thing about it is you can only work off the occasion and what you've been entertained. If the FA Cup final the day of Squib, we'd have nothing to work on. Say if Chelsea won that game about 3 or 4-0 or won it comfortably, we'll have. But because Leicester won it, we basically fed off what we watched on TV, and I think that's the thing. We just hope that we have some great games in the Euros, so you guys can feed off and transfer it back to your audience. They excite us, we excite the audience. It's a kind of domino effect. No,
exactly, mate. Exactly.
Yeah,
listen, guys,
brilliant.
If you want to carry on.
No, that's right.
I'm going, mate. I'm sweating.
It's getting on. But before we do go, I've just seen this message. Big up to my guy, Jake. I've just got a new job yesterday on decent pace.
Congratulations, mate.
To get going. Come on, Jake. Love you, man.
Well done, Jake.
Love you, Jake. Well done, mate. Well done. Top man.
Before I go, I just want to say, Lily, love you loads. Say happy birthday to your son. Yeah, like I said, to your son's 10 years old today. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Birthday from the Banstas and Kenny Ken.
Ken.
Come on.
You're all right. Lily, we just want to talk about, happy birthday to Lily's rainbow. And I've got to go. I've got the bath on.
Got some big bath, No worries.
See ya.
Cheers, guys.
See ya.
Love you all.
Don't forget, we'll be back for the Leicester-Chelsea game tomorrow, then the Arsenal game Wednesday, and then back on Sunday. Thank you very much. Really appreciate
When's the Arsenal game again?
Wednesday at 7. Is it 7? I don't know if it's. I think it's
Wednesday, isn't it? Yeah. All right. I keep thinking it's Thursday, but it's Wednesday, isn't it?
Wednesday. Oh, shit. I pressed the wrong button. Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Yeah.
Lovely. Cool. Right. Nice one.
So we're back tomorrow for the Leicester-Chelsea. Back Wednesday for the Arsenal Palace game, and we'll see you then. Everyone stay safe. Love to you all. See you soon.
Cheers, guys. Love yous.